Welcome, adventurers. Screw it. So, a friend of mine asked about 3D modeling. Needed some help doing something specific. So I figured I'd make a little video about my idea for fixing it. So I'm gonna make a little model of a a gun. Yes, it's a gun. Shut up. Crap. There. I've extruded one face. 1 second. Okay. Yeah, professional. Shush. Extrude along the Z. Nope. Yep, Z. Extrude up. Extrude up. No. Extrude Y. Grab it along the Y. Scoot it back. There. Little pistol. Yeah. It is a gun. Shut up. So what we're going to do with this is they wanted to do a metal texture with scratches. So I suggested something along the lines of this. Now flip on Dine Topo, yeah, I don't care. Let's see how this looks. So we take this and I'll just make some creases. So making that, it's too wide. Let's up the strength, down the radius, tiny, so just make some little grooves in it. It's not great, but whatever. Oh, crap. Yeah, make sure mirroring's not clicked on, whatever. So you just add a little nick here and there the way you want it to. You can crank up or down the Dine Topo to get slightly finer details. And if you make sure it's constant detail, then it will be constant no matter how close you are, which means I can crank that up. Yeah, there we go. 10's usually an okay level. It's not too terrible. Alright, let's fix this up real quick. Go back to before all that. Dime Topo's 10 and constant. Okay. So, just a little scratch here, a little scratch there. Like bullet dent, I guess. I don't know. Just add some creases, and you can always go back and define these a little bit further later to make them better. There's the gun slot. No. Just a little... the barrel hole. I don't know what a gun slot is. I don't know what I'm doing with this, but make little scratches wherever you like. Pick them out. You could even use some randomizer to pick out spots for you. Run a little texture with a wide scale. But just add spots. Add the scratches you want, the details. And then we'll take this into shading. And now we have our block. So firstly, we make one texture that is going to be just flat, matte, gray, and metallic. Crank up the specular. Now crank down the specular, down the roughness, give it a bit of a sheen. So it's got some shine to it. There's your metal. But then the second thing you do, we'll just call this gunmetal, is you can make a new texture. We'll add another one in and we'll make a new one. And this time we'll make it scratchy. So we'll apply this to the gun. Yeah, right here. No? Hold the apply button. I'm a professional, I swear. No, I'm not. Dang it, I've done this before. Hold up. Oh, there we go. So we just A and then assign the new one. Alright, so now we have our new one assigned, but I'm going to mess with it a little bit. So, just to make it look scratchy, I can add a color ramp right here. We'll make this color slightly blue, steely blue, and then lower it so it's a bluish gray, and then make this one not black. Let's make that let's actually make it bright white. And we'll clamp it down so it's more gray. But then we'll add the classic team of a noise into a Voronoi. Factor into vector, distance into factor. Is that not working? Or is there so much? Oh yeah, so let's crank up the white. Or is this doing wrong? Color position? Is that gonna mess with it? Yeah. Well, that's not great. Hold up, let's try switching these. Take this out, take this out, swap these. Distance into the vector. Nah, position. Position into vector, factor into factor. Yeah, you're starting to get it there a little bit. I don't know why it's barely showing up. Give me a moment on this. Ah, that's why. There. Got some crackly effect. Doesn't look much like cracked metal or any scratches yet, but what we can do on top of this is map, add a mapping node, put the vector in, and just to make sure, you go texture coordinate. You can add generated, you can add object. I'm just going to go with generated for the hell of it. See that? And then what you can do is take the scale of one of these and crank it. And that will give you that. And that looks a bit more like scratches. Not perfect, but you can mess with stuff to give it a different feel. Alright, so we'll take these two textures just as example textures. And actually, we need to crank up the scale on, or no. Yeah. There, now it's streaked all over, so it's streaking. Screw the top. Okay. Rough idea. So you can take this, and now you have two materials, and you'll call this the scratch. And what you can do is tab into edit, take the whole thing, excuse me, oh wait, it is. Now assign the gunmetal, and then for the scratches, you just go in and you highlight your scratch areas. Grab all the vertices you want. You can take out certain ones so the metal actually bleeds in a little bit. Just highlight it in sections. Oh wait, there we go. Yeah. Highlight in sections. I'll just go through and highlight a few so we can get the idea. But the thing is, for the faces, it's not going to apply to the vertices, but all the faces that the vertices are connected to, it's going to apply that scratch texture, just like this. I didn't shift over this one. That's alright. Because now if I click off, it's still there. So, and with this, you could subdivide a mesh like this, not even add the scratches, just subdivide a mesh and do the same thing, and it would add scratches to it. Like right here, I could add a bit of that texture just to these bits, and if I hit assign, now it's there too, see? So that works. And this isn't perfect. If this were a model for like Hotshot or something that was actually working, if I were putting more effort into this, it would look better. But I'm just getting a general concept down, just so you can see the idea behind it. Let's get this one real quick, like that. And then you hit assign, and now you have the assigned texture to each of those spots, and you have a scratchy gunmetal texture. And the other thing is that if you want to mess with this, you can't do it across the whole gun again. You could reassign and all that. But what you can do is just go into this and look at the scratch spots. Crank up the scale, change it a bit. You can see it manipulating some stuff. These top ones don't look the best, but if you ran some more mapping and rotated those scratches so they weren't always flat on the top, they would do better. Plus, the other thing is that you could do this differently. You could take this texture, put it on a flat plane, like here. Just add a plane, grab it, move it, scale it up a little bit. You take that texture and apply it to that, and of course, crank up the scale. That's not helping. You know what? Actually, here. Take the object. Yeah, there's a little bit more compact. Take a camera, put it on top of this, light it, and use that as a render, and you have an image texture. Then you can plug an image texture in and apply that image texture to these, and then you could fine-tune your scratches to be however you like them. And that would kind of do it. So I hope that helps. If not, then you could let me know. Scratches on gun. There you go.